Hello, my name is Cody, and this is FleshEatingZipper.com's look at Torchlight 2. It is a hack-and-slash dungeon-crawling RPG developed by Runic Games and released in September 20th of 2012. This is the sequel to the original Torchlight, which I've heard good things about, and so far I can't really complain too much about the gameplay in Torchlight 2. So I'd say this is a pretty good follow-up, nonetheless. Runic Games is made up of a group of people who are part of the original development team for Diablo 2, so if you've played that game, you'll notice some similarities. And you'll also see some new things here that would have really been nice in Diablo 2. Let's just go ahead and start a new game here. Alright, so we have our class selection here. We have your Mage class, the Ember Mage, your Warrior class, the Berserker, the Engineer, who is a sort of a minion master slash heavy hitter, and the Outlander, who is your sort of assassin slash thief class. You can do some customization here. We'll go with a guy, make him all berserky, give him a crazy smile, yeah, and give him a weird mohawk. Make that mohawk bright red. He looks pretty crazy right there. But yeah. We'll call him McPunchy. As you can tell, this guy is pretty much a melee class, and he does a lot of damage in the long run. So yeah, he's got each one of them's got their own, set of skills and skill trees. So it's pretty standard RPG affair if you've ever played most of the action RPGs out there, but it's got its charms, and I can still appreciate it for what it is. We'll go with McPunchy here, and we will have a Pomeranian, and his name will be Bunny because he's kind of fluffy like that. We'll make him a dark-haired Bunny because, he's fierce, dark, shadowy, he's mysterious. Uttering his true name might cause ripples in the fabric of time and destroy the entirety of the universe, or I don't know. He might just be fluffy. Anyway, yeah, we'll go with normal and single player. And as you can see, there's like 4 options as well as a 5th option to go into hardcore mode, which basically means you get 1 life, and if you die, that's it. You have to start a new character. You're gonna skip that. Sorry. I tried to record the intro video before with Fraps, and it just did not work out very well. It was horrible. And besides, you guys can totally look up on YouTube the intro sequence to or the intro video to Torchlight 2. So you don't need me showing it to you in a terrible frame rate and choppy audio. So yeah, this is Torchlight 2. Your left mouse button is essentially your action button. It controls your attack, your basic main attack here, which can also be, you can set it up to be a skill or just your basic attack. It also allows you to move, so you can click, you can drag,
you just get here?
You can interact with things. So yeah, let's get this.
I think this is as far as I can go. You should carry on to the Asterian Enclave, but you're on your own. Warn them that the Alchemist destroyed Torchlight and is headed their way.
Yeah.
You have received a quest.
Yeah, it's pretty basic stuff. And your right click can be set up for any of your skills. So if you really just have a particular skill you like the most, you can just set it to right click and use a bunch. I'm gonna find a little hidden gold stash there. Yeah. Destroy that because we can. There are some destructible items or elements in the environment to give it a bit more character, but other than that, they're just sort of there to be there. It's alright. I can appreciate the effort of making the game a bit more interesting. I guess I can't destroy those though, which is weird. So yeah, Act 1, Wake of the Alchemist. Yeah. As I said earlier, the Alchemist from the original game was, did I go over the backstory yet? I'm having trouble remembering if I did. I don't know why, I can't remember. Anyway, the backstory is basically in the original game, you go under a town called Torchlight to destroy an ancient evil, and there were a selection of 3 character classes: the Destroyer, the Vanquisher, and the Alchemist. In this game, the Alchemist has become corrupted and is evolved into the villain of this game. So you are a hero who is following his path of destruction, and in an effort to stop him from doing whatever it is he plans to do. Good, bad, shades of gray, who knows. Well, if it's 50 Shades of Grey, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty bad in the long run. Anyway, yeah, this is a little joke, whatever, I don't care. Making fun of something at its own expense, who cares? Yeah, the game's pretty nice. As you'll see, it's pretty much a top-down hack-and-slash type of affair. You've seen it in a lot of other games. I'm not saying that this is any more unique, I'm just saying that for the style of game, this is pretty fun. And with the kind of setup you get here, you know, it's pretty simple to get a hang of. Wow, I got level 2 really quick right there. Anyway, yeah. The style and aesthetic are pretty nice. I was never really a big fan of the World of Warcraft style stuff, but I can appreciate it on the level that it is simplistic, very broad brush stroke, texture, quality, meaning that you don't have to worry about your game being super slow because it's got all these freaking DirectX 10 or 11 effects running at the same time, and yeah, overall I think it works for the game. It definitely doesn't slow it down, for that matter. Gloves, knuckles, whatever, kill some guys. They're all pretty expendable in the long run. As you'll notice, I didn't really talk too much about the pet, but I guess we'll do that now. Pet is pretty essential to your quest. They're pretty neat. They're a nice addition. There's something that they really probably could have had in Diablo 2, and they kind of did. You could hire minions, and they would siphon your gold every hour or something like that for payment. With the pets, you get it right off the bat. There is no maintenance cost, so these little guys will never take away from your gold, or you won't have to buy like food. You can catch food. You can actually catch. You can actually go fishing in this game, and each fish has its own various effects that you can put on the pet itself. Ooh, I got a sword. Nice. What do I have on here that I can change out? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the sword and this chipped axe, which looks like a giant butcher knife. It's funny as hell. Light gloves, that's pretty much the same thing I have around right now, so whatever. Yeah, we're gonna run around with these things. But yeah, the pets. They're pretty essential to this game in a sense. They act as secondary storage. Actually, I'll just pull up their tab after I level up. Some skill points in there, or some stat points in there, and some more stuff to other stuff. This is your skill tree stuff. You'll have your attack based skills as well as your passive skills, which are always on all the time. So yeah, if you add points to these, you'll basically they're pretty much automatic, always enabled as it says. I don't know, blood hunger. Whenever you land a critical hit with melee, you draw life from the essence. Cold Steel Mastery, the only thing harder than steel is Cold Steel. Only affects melee attacks, but since I'm a melee guy, that's going to be kind of all the time. So yeah, the pet screen. Just like you, he has an inventory screen, a consumables screen, and a spell screen. But unlike him, you do not have the ability to set up a shopping list. In here, you can send him to town to go buy health potions, identification scrolls, waypoint scrolls, the usual basic necessities that you will be using throughout the game. Waypoint scrolls are basically the town scrolls in Diablo 2, and of course the identification scrolls allow you to identify things that are currently unknown to you as far as properties go. But yeah, you can increase, you can sort of select each one, like if you want just to buy certain stuff here. Like, you've actually got a lot of different options to select from when sending your pet into town to buy stuff. You'll buy a bunch of things. You'll have a little number here or selling you what you are, or how much you are buying of this particular item, the subtotal for that item, and then this is the absolute total. So if you want to get more than one thing, this will be how much the entirety of it all costs. So yeah. Oh, that's just funny as hell. They also have their own equipment, so you can get tags and collars for them. And another nice little thing about them, if you want to, if you decide to do this, you can put various stuff that you aren't using or don't want to keep to their inventory, and then you can send it off to town to be sold. Of course, we haven't gotten to town yet, so I cannot use this button to send them off to town to sell the stuff that we have currently accumulated into his inventory. Accumulated into his inventory. Yeah, we're gonna close that. And as you noticed, you have various kinds of inventory. So your consumables like potions and various other items are in their own inventory slot. You've got your basic equipment slot where all your collected armor and weapons go, as well as gems and other accessories automatically get put into. And you've got your spells, which aren't necessarily like spells. I mean, there are spells in the game, but there are other ones that are basically modifiers to your character. They will increase various stats or add various modifiers to your character. They're pretty cool. They're pretty nice. This guy's giving us a little reward. I don't know. Do we want raise physical 2% to crit, and we got the armor thing for a pet. Generally, the vendors will have various vendors. Why am I calling him a vendor? He's a whatever. The guys that you return your quests into give you various items. They'll usually include at least one pet item, as well as other items that you'll be interested in. I think I'll go with the extra percentage in attack, and then just decide if I want to keep the axe. Nope. Just get rid of the axe, keep the sword, and put this as my main punchy weapon. Yeah. You can dual wield a lot of things in this game. Aside from there are certain ranged weapons like pistols you can dual wield, but in general you'll be dual wielding mostly melee weapons, as well as some magic weapons. The wands in this game that you pick up can be dual wielded, so yeah, you can run around with two wands at the same time. It's kind of funny to watch. Yeah. Pick that up. What else was I doing? What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh yeah, I just got off the topic of magic stuff, magic spells that you can pick up. And I don't have a golden key, so I can't unlock the chest yet. Some of these guys might have a golden key on them, I don't know.
You have gained an experience.
You have gained an experience. Alright, that's cool. Oh yeah. Focus. Yeah, I definitely don't have the focus or the level for this, so I'm not going to bother. Also, if you noticed, I was holding my mouse over this item. There are actually two different requirements that allow you to wear this item in particular. So if you're not level 6, but have a focus of at least 13 or more, you can wear the item, which is really nice. It really helps out when you don't... When you want to be able to use something that's, really powerful, but you're like 10 levels below the required level. So if you have the right stats for it, you can still wield it. So that's nice. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats or the level for it, so I'm not going to even bother with it. Stab you. Stab you. I'm going to kill all ya! Yeah, enjoy that. Oh, yeah, and you can... And sometimes critting something makes it explode, which is all the more enjoyable. It's just fun times. Frost breath. Yeah, let's set that up. Let's give me some frost breath. Yes. Pretty cool. What else is there to talk about this game? Right now, the network code is pretty buggy for this game. It says that you can have up to, I think, 8 people in a co-op game, and there is co-op in this game, so yeah, you can go online and play with your friends, unlike the original, which was pretty much a single-player experience. It says you can have up to 8, but for it to run good at all, you want to have 3 or less in your game, so that's something that Runic needs to sort of fix within the near future if they want people to really enjoy the co-op aspect of their game. Or if you're on a LAN game, I think that might work too. We actually had to do some modifications with a particular file to get the multiplayer running well. So in certain areas where if you were entering into a map, if you entered in at the same time, one of the people would get through and the other person would not. He would be stuck on an eternal loading screen, so he would have to close out and re-enter the game, which is mildly annoying to frustrating on a level that you don't ever want to go to. It's pretty bad, but, you know, it's still fun. It's still fun to run around with your guys, talking with them on Skype while you're slaughtering millions and billions of random cannon fodder that roams around the area. So yeah, I'd say we're pretty much clear on this. I didn't find a key, but whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. And we're going to go into our first town, which is the Asterian Enclave. And yeah, we'll go over to this old-looking dude. Looks very wise. He's got a giant beard. It's pretty cool.
I thank you for your warning, but it has arrived too late. This alchemist has already come and gone, and it was all I could do to prevent him from entering the Enclave. As it was, many Asterians were injured, and since the confrontation, several more have become ill. We are not sure what is causing it. After his assault failed here, the alchemist carried on southward toward the temple steps. Commander Vale and her vanquishers arrived a short while later and pursued him, hoping to prevent further damage.
So yeah, take the sword there.
Commander Vale believes that the alchemist might attack the Wellspring Temple in an attempt to reach the Guardian of Water. For what nefarious purpose, I am afraid to speculate. There has been no word from either Vale or the Guardian. Scout the Wellspring Temple and determine if the Guardian of Water is in any danger.
Awesome. So yeah, this has been Torchlight 2. I hope you've enjoyed watching me play it, and if it's caused you to spontaneously go out and buy it, then all the more power to you. I hope that this has at least given you some insight into the game and has made it appealing enough for you to go purchase it. Currently, Runic Games is actually going to be, hopefully in sometime in the future, releasing an MMO version of this. Whether or not it's going to be this sort of top-down gameplay, if it's going to be something different, more akin to the MMOs we see today, is yet to be seen. Basically, they're using the Torchlight series to sort of fund themselves as they are in development with of this MMO. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd say keep this game in mind whenever you go out to purchase one. It's $20. You can get it off of Steam, and you can also get it off the Runic's website at I think it's torchlight2.com. Yeah, that sounds about right. Or torchlight2game.com. So yeah, this has been it's a really fun game. I enjoyed it. I like the co-op aspect of it, and I hope you'll at least go and check it out. Until then, this has been FleshEatingZipper.com signing off.